Well, hello there, folks, and welcome to Let's Talk Sports live Euro 2020 watch along of France versus Germany. It's Group F, otherwise known as the Group of Death for UEFA Euro 2020. We had Group F starting out earlier today with Hungary and Portugal. Ronaldo getting a brace and to break the European Championship record of goals with 11 goals overall at the European Championships. But we've had enough of them now. We want to talk about this one. This has been no doubt probably been the highlighted game of all the matches that were drawn out back in December 2019. It is the previous two World Cup champions of France versus Germany at the Allianz Arena in Munich. And I'm joined by Adam Davies, Jonny Drury for the first time ever on our watch along. We'll speak to Jonny more in just a bit. And of course, we've got a French guy joining us to give you a bit of a biased reaction towards France tonight. It's Darren Hughes.
Bonjour.
Darren, I don't know where your brother is because, you know, I know we've got an English version, but he's disappeared tonight. He's ditched us.
I think you will find that my brother is actually Welsh. You disrespectful little boob.
Oh, brilliant. Oh, wow. Well, anyway, he's drinking Corona, which, of course, in a world right now, it's not an easy place.
It is a special brand. It is coronavirus. It is just there. It's so refreshing, but it is deadly. It is deadly, but ever so tasty.
And poor Jonny Drury is wondering what the hell is going on. Jonny, it's great to have you. We've been wanting you on for so long. I'm sure you're just like me. I quite like Peter Drury, the commentator, but this is the best Drury I can get, and that is Jonny Drury. How you been, Jonny? It's been a while.
Good. What a compliment that is. I've never been compared to Peter Drury before. That's the highlight of my career, really, Jamie. So, but yeah, been trying to get on for a while. But yeah, I thought I'd save it for a really big game. So it gets no bigger than this, really. So yeah, great to be here.
Nice one. Adam, how are you feeling? Because the other day you were wearing a Swiss shirt against Wales because you've got them in the sweepstake. How do you feel about this game, though? What shirt are you thinking tonight?
I'm picking the classic Chester shirt. I'm a little bit more relieved. I'm not getting any of those glancing, glaring eyes at me in the bar. But yeah, I'm a bit more happy. A bit more on solid home soil. So yeah.
Brilliant. Well, I've just got the atmosphere noise on just to bring it a bit more to us at home here, folks. So, of course, France and Germany is about to kick off.
At home, Jamie. We're at the ground.
Yeah, we're at the Allianz Arena. Thanks to UEFA for the accreditation, much appreciated. Of course, you're probably wondering why we look like we're inside. We're in the hospitality section, and we've had to be in different hospitality box because of social distancing in Germany. But anyway, we're waiting for the game to kick off. If you're wondering what the lineups are, folks, we've got them on the side of each of the screen. We'll quickly go through France. They've got Lloris in goal, 4 in defence of Pavard, Varane, Kembepe and Hernandez. And this midfield three, Pogba, Kante and Rabiot. You can't go wrong. Griezmann in front of them, and then Mbappe and Benzema. Yep, Karim Benzema back for France after 5 years or so. With Germany, it's Neuer in goal, the sweeper keeper, Ginter, Hummels and Rudiger in defence. Not the defence that people are fully sure about ahead of this tournament. In midfield, we've got Kimmich, Kroos, Gundogan and Gozens. And then up front, it's Havertz, the goal scorer of the Champions League final just a few weeks ago for Chelsea. Thomas Muller, who's back after 18 months for Germany, and Sergei Gnabry. Folks, let's get your predictions down. You must be clearly going for a France win.
But of course, I think it's going to be probably a 3-0, 4-0, 5-0, maybe even, under 12, 14, 6-0. Yeah.
Jonny, what are you going for here? Because this is a hard one to predict for me.
I think it is, yeah. You know, Germany are traditionally a good side, but if there's a couple of aging players in their ranks, you can't look beyond France, I think, to win the tournament, to be honest. So it'll be narrow, but I'd say probably 2-1.
2-1. Adam, what are you going for?
Again, yeah, I mean, Johnny's right. Yeah, Germany are aging, but you can't put anything past them. I would go for a 1-1 draw today.
Awesome. Thanks for your predictions, lads. So, game has kicked off. Of course, I don't know if any of you saw the Hungary Portugal game before, but it was a full house. 67,000 in the Puskas Arena. So that's the first, and well, I'm not sure if it'll be the only game, but definitely the first game of this tournament. And for a good 12 months or so that we have seen a full capacity crowd in a stadium. I don't know if any of you lads saw it before.
I saw little parts of the game before. I didn't manage to get to see it all, unfortunately. To be honest, I didn't really. The game itself wasn't floating the boat, to be honest. I thought, obviously before I turned it off, I thought both sides were pretty poor. But really switching on. Cristiano Ronaldo wasn't what he was. I know he scored a bunch of goals. Before that, the way he was playing wasn't from what he was.
Yeah.
But obviously, you still got to score goals to win matches. And good teams find a way at the end of the day.
Well, it's currently Germany on the back foot at the moment. Germany attacking from right to left, France from left to right. Darren, which French player are you looking forward to the most? Because, you know, everyone recently, since that Champions League final, have been saying that N'Golo Kante should probably get the Ballon d'Or.
It is probably, I think, all of the French players should get the Ballon d'Or. I mean, but let's be honest. All eyes will be on Benzema first game back after the 5 or 6 years. I think he will get many goals.
Adam, Jamie Burgoyne's got a question for you, asking who was the last Chester player to play in an international tournament.
The last Chester player to play in an international tournament, I believe, would have been Derek Asamoah.
How long ago was that?
That would have been at Chester City.
Oh, okay.
Adam, do you know that Chester FC is actually twinned with a France team? They are twinned with Toulouse, because Chester, they always Toulouse! Oh! And on that note, it's really hot, and actually it's super hot in this.
Oh, it's Darren all along.
The accent is so offensive. I apologise to all of my French brethren and friends, but
we got Dan Middleton saying, Jonny Drury, what a man. Absolutely. As I said, it's the closest Drury we can get tonight. It's currently France in the midfield. Jonny, who have you been impressed by so far in this tournament? I mean, I think for me, I'd have to say Italy because of that 3-0 win over Turkey.
I think Italy, yeah. I think Netherlands would look pretty sharp for 60 minutes, and then they just sort of, I know they got the 3 points in the end, but they fell apart a bit on Sunday. I think a lot of teams, it's quite hard in the opening games. I think they're quite cagey, aren't they? And, you know, no one wants to lose. You know, everyone wants to win, but more than anything, they don't want to lose. I think in the second game, you'll see more quality of the groups because then you've got to come out and have got to have a bit of a go. The sides that didn't win the first game have got to have a bit of a pop. For example, Scotland disappointed really yesterday, but I think we'll see more of them against England because they've got to come out and they've got to get a result. So teams like that, I think. But yeah, certainly Italy. I think on Friday, Italy looked quite accomplished. I thought that'd be a difficult game there because Turkey have got a good reputation at the moment. They've got some really good players, but they didn't get a kick really against Italy on Friday. So yeah, they're probably the winners tonight. I think this will be cagey. I don't think we'll see the best of either one of these sides tonight.
I don't think anybody really wants to see the best of either side because if you become your best self too early in the tournament, then you're going to be peaking too early, and that's not something a team wants to do.
I mean, I think this is the thing because you look at. I mean, this is the group of death. I mean, in a weird way, it's a shame like the group stage format allows the third team to go through possibly, because I look at this where you kind of want to see one of the big teams go out of the group stages in terms of either Portugal, France, or Germany. And I think sadly we'll probably see all three of them go through. So it does feel, for me, since this Euro format has changed, I feel like not many teams want to go on the first gear straight away and save it for the knockouts.
I think the third place stuff is a bit of a joke, really. I think
I agree.
You're in a tournament, so like coming third isn't failure, but then again you're rewarding failure a little bit. by going through as a third place side.
Third place.
You know, maybe if it's a smaller nation, if it's a North Macedonia in a week's time, everyone will be like, "That's great." If it's a Portugal or a Germany, we'll be a bit like, "Well, they deserve it because they came third." But just the premise of it, like, why change it? It's just it's a bit of a shambles.
Unless somehow Switzerland get in third place and get through third place, and shit, I'll be happy.
Ooh, we've already got a yellow card for, I think it was Kimmich. I'm not sure, but yeah, it was. He had his studs up against Hernandez, but of course Kimmich being one of the master in midfield for Bayern Munich last season. He's won the Champions League, Bundesliga a lot of times. Many trophies in his trophy room, but it's France.
But he'll be there to do that sort of thing, because it'd be like Phillips was the other day. Break up play, make sure nobody gets through, allow the teams to reset, and just be the break-up man, really.
I was really shocked by Calvin Phillips. I didn't expect him to play so well in his first game at a major tournament. I couldn't believe what I saw. Absolutely fantastic. I'm sure he'll start against Scotland. Referee stopped it there. Oh no, Germany's still got it. It's gone back to the back foot there. It seems to be yellow, like a yellow wall in the stand, like you would have at Borussia Dortmund, but this is at Bayern Munich's ground, but maybe that's just the seat colours and it's not actually many people there. I'm not sure what the capacity is supposed to be for this ground, but nearly through. Varane there. Varane there, having to stop that. I think that was important. Varane, Darren linked to Man United, but I don't know. Can we expect him to come?
No, well, he wants to go back to France. Don't he?
To lose, because they always lose.
Wait!
Get out! That joke's been used.
Yeah, so he wants to go back to PSG, but the issue I think that we have, United have, is we always. I'll wait until after this. No, it's fine. We always seem to be after our first team. Our first choices seem to go elsewhere if any other team is interested. But if Varane goes to PSG, and then Real Madrid will replace him with our second choice, and then that team will replace them with our third choice, and we'll end up with Ben White.
I mean, he's priced at what, 50 million?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it wouldn't surprise me if Manchester United got the likes of Calvin Phillips, if he carries on playing the way he is.
Players like that can quickly put themselves in the shop window. Look at Harry Maguire. Harry Maguire was an average centre half. He had a good World Cup. United played the best part of it. 20 million for him. Let's be honest. Harry Maguire's probably not worth half of that, but he's had a good tournament. Probably hasn't hit the heights consistently than he did in that tournament. So I think that's not a bad shout for Calvin Phillips. You know, he's going to put himself in the shop window.
And we have seen Leeds players go to Man United, haven't we, Johnny? Alan Smith, once upon a time, said to the fans, "I was never going to go," and then he signs the contract.
Yeah. Like I said, you know, I'm not saying I've won performance, but you know, he started well. If he carries it on through the tournament, then you're going to see Calvin Phillips linked with some of the best sides in the country for the rest of the summer. That's just how football works, I think.
Yeah.
It can be like a walk 1 minute. He goes to Man United, or you know, like Maguire goes to Man United, has a bad run of games, the worst defender ever. But obviously now he's been consistently good over the course of the season. I know he got injured at the end of the season, but that's how it can be. A tournament can change you, certainly even more so now probably than it used to be.
Maguire's issue isn't that he's a bad player. It's that defensive partner that he has doesn't complement his attributes, and in fact, they're both the worst type of partner. If you put Lindelof in his national team, you know, he has that support and he looks quite good. But as soon as Maguire and him are in a back four, it's a little bit shaky.
And that, I quite agree. But again, referencing the last tournament, Maguire will always carry around that tag of 80 million now, which is up on the back of the wheel. And it'll be like it is a monkey on his back. Because unless he's consistently performing week in, week out for the rest of his career, everyone will say, "Oh, Harry Maguire's not worth £8 million." But he got that from the World Cup, so I'll bring it back to the Phillips point. He could very well get himself a big move if he has a reasonably good tournament, as can other players.
Yeah, I think that Embolo could as well. The one from Switzerland.
It's funny because I've watched him a bit at Mönchengladbach from last season, and he is like, I mean, I'm not going to say a wonder kid, but he's got the elements of being an absolute class player in Europe. And I do think, I mean, as Jonny said, these players do move on. You know, they start to become players that are valuable, and they end up going to big clubs, and it is another story there. But I do think this is the thing. I mean, what kind of transfers did we have at the World Cup recently when the England team did well? I mean, obviously we had Maguire. Did we have many transfers going on with those
Didn't
England
we have
players?
Rodriguez? Is that the one Rodriguez went to?
Jay Rodriguez. He wasn't in the squad though, was he?
Wasn't he in the squad?
No, I don't think so. I don't think he's ever been at a major tournament. Unless
Not
I'm
Jay
wrong,
Rodriguez. No, the other Rodriguez. The one for.
Oh no! I mean, sorry, Adam. I mean like just England players.
Oh, England players.
Yeah.
England players.
In case like, I mean, let's be honest. I remember Italy winning the World Cup in 2006, and everyone wanted all their players. So AC Milan, Inter Milan, all that were actually started to write letters to UEFA and FIFA to say it's not fair. We don't want all these players to go, and it's like, money talks. I'm afraid. So that's the way it is. And at the moment, France currently inside Germany's half. I mean, surely, folks, these are the favourites to win the Euros because of them winning the World Cup and their squad.
But anything can happen in football.
Anything can happen.
I think France would say, I don't know, but I don't. As I said, I don't think Germany, of course, they want to win. Just looking at their lineup tonight, Serge Gnabry playing down the middle. He's a good finisher, but they haven't got an out-and-out centre forward really on the pitch.
Yeah,
Could say Muller could have played there, but he's always traditionally played out wide or a little bit deeper, and that's strange. I can't remember the last time I've seen a German side without an out, centre forward on the pitch. Whereas you look at France, who they've got on the pitch, and got the likes of Giroud, Lamar on the bench as well. I think France's strength and depth just screams. As you said, anything can happen, not winners, and that everyone's putting them on a pedestal. That they're set up for a fall. But I think quality-wise, man for man, you can't look past France. Their front three, you got Mbappe, Griezmann. They're just look like they're going to be too good. Benzema as well. I know he's a little bit older. But that experience coming back in as well. He's still a world-class player. I don't think anyone's got a front line like them, and no one's got a centre midfielder player like them. Like they've got Kante. He's
he's so good. I mean, I think what's crazy, Jonny, you mentioned the front three that they've got as options, but also even without Benzema in this tournament, we all thought they were going to be favourites anyway. But Benzema just adds the cherry on top.
Yeah, and you can see now, like on my screen now, you've got the front two of Mbappe and Benzema. You've got Griezmann playing as almost like a front playing midfield, like centre midfielder, like a real
crazy
deep lying number 10 almost, and it's like he's playing that deep. It shows you the quality they've got in front of him.
Absolutely phenomenal, absolutely brilliant. We got Mbappe on the ball at the moment. There he is, Kante, who I'm sure will at least get the Ballon d'Or nomination for the December awards. It's now with him again. Of course, he's playing inside a stadium. Just as I say that, they couldn't get it through to Mbappe. It's now on to Pavard. It's gone behind for a corner. It was a dangerous cross. It had to be dealt with. And I think it was Ginter who got in there and stopped the cross for it to go behind for a corner kick here for France. I think this is the first corner of the game. That was dangerous. It was looking for Mbappe, wasn't it, Jonny?
It was,
it
yeah.
Wasn't going to get to Mbappe, that one. That wasn't going. Don't know why I'm thinking Germany's side here. I'm going to Switzerland in the sweepstake.
Yeah, Jonny, which team was you in the sweepstake? Oh, here comes the corner. Oh, over the bar.
Yeah, Russia, I'm out already.
Even though I think all Russia's games are at home as well, which isn't easy.
I know, yeah. It's the bad side, isn't it?
Yeah, there was quite a few people in our Let's Talk Sports sweepstake that were, let's just say, they were very hard to get money off when it came to their teams. Adam got Switzerland, Darren got Wales. So your two teams already played each other. I got Austria.
Switzerland should have beaten Wales.
Ooh, I don't know. I think a
Yeah.
draw is a fair result. I think Switzerland played very well, but I thought Wales did enough. I don't know, like Wales. I don't know what to expect from Wales at this tournament because of what happened with Ryan Giggs and all that, which must have been a distraction in terms of planning.
I think as well, because of the last Euros that they had, the expectations might have outgrown what they can actually do. But I'm excited. I think that they'll hopefully that point might be enough if they win their next game, might get them out of the group.
I just missed that. Was that an Mbappe shot? Just seeing the replay here now. He cuts in and he tries to go for the bottom right corner, but Neuer punches it away with both hands, and I think that's going to be a corner. Yep. Just as we reach 17 minutes, it's France 0, Germany 0, which looks to be all France at the moment in these opening minutes. Mbappe getting his first real chance. Can he get some from this corner? No, headed away by, I think that was Rudiger. Oh no, I think it was Gozens actually. And it's gone all the way back into France's half. Of course, Rackham Lowe, it's his final few games as Germany manager. Jonny, it's weird, isn't it? Because like he's been there since at least 2007, 8. You know, that's a long time, I think, these days for a national team manager. But you know, at the end of the day, at least he's got that World Cup medal despite going out of the group stages in 2018 and having some bad performances recently against the likes of Spain and North Macedonia.
Yeah, I think that, like you said, their form going into it's not great. But you can't argue with what he's done. You know, I think it was 2006. I think he was in charge.
Yeah,
he was in Germany, and you had like the golden crop of Ozil, and I'm not too sure if Cruz was playing, but certainly Ozil coming through at the time. They were great in that tournament, and then, you know, obviously to go on and do what they did and win it in the manner that they did. You know, I think no one will ever forget that absolute demolishing of Brazil. And yeah, he's probably got to be arguably one of the best managers in German history. Really, you can't argue what he's done. You know, all things come to an end. The last tournament wasn't great. They've stuck with him. He's got here. I think they'll go far in this. I don't think they'll win it. It'll be great for Germany if they could win it to see him off. But yeah, I can't argue with the job that he's done with the players that, you know, obviously he's had good players, but he's got the best out of them consistently through tournaments, aside from the last one.
I think they're just missing Lewandowski up front, Darren. Shame we didn't get a German citizenship.
Yes.
One word, you awkward bastard.
No, sorry, I actually missed your question because I was watching. But what I will say is, do you think that Germany, you know, they've had a lot of success, but now that the squad is aging and things have changed, almost like Spain, there's an element that this is the middle ground where they're waiting for the next crop to come, so there'll be an element of stagnation, I guess. So this might be the best time for him to leave. But also, I mean, if you look at Belgium, will they ever actually reach the potential that, you know?
Oh, hang on. There's a chance here. Oh, it's an own goal. And it's, of course, come off Mats Hummels, the man who's so clumsy in defence these days.
I told you Germany would score first.
1-0 to France, and I think it's been coming, hasn't it, Jonny?
Yeah, the pressure's told. And it shows there. You know, he's pressing into making that type of mistake. And yeah, it has certainly been coming. They look by far the better team at the moment. Like we said, Germany seem not slow, but they're an older side. France, you know, at the peak of their powers. That goal.
Germany seems to be getting 2 to 3 passes and then losing the ball, whereas France seems to be getting it down towards the box and getting it across the box.
Yeah.
With Germany, don't seem to be doing that.
It's an own goal there. It's a good finish for an own goal, but you can't take nothing away from the play. You know, Pogba's won it at the throw and spun off. You know, picked up from Mbappe, and that ball, the outside of his foot, to find a winger. And yeah, he's put it into that corridor where it's really hard to defend. And yeah, he's unlucky really. It's come off a shin and gone in the top corner. But yeah, he take nothing away from the build-up as well.
I think
away from the finish.
I think that's the horrible thing down about crosses like that. A defender is going to have to react to it, but it's whether or not it ends well for them.
Well, I'm not sure really if there was a huge amount that Hummels could have done about that. It sort of was under his feet a bit. It hit his shin. If he'd have left it, that would have been an Mbappe goal.
Yeah.
So I suppose it's half a dozen of one thing, So yeah. But still, yeah, I agree. A great build-up, but I don't think that there's much that Hummels could have done.
You just got to see if there's going to be any sort of reaction from Germany now, and if they can kick on and get out of this now.
Or they're going to try and push to get that leave holes, and I think France might. Well, let's see.
We'll find out. Plenty of time though. Here come Germany straight away from the kickoff. Cross comes in. Oh, the header. Free header. I'm not sure. Oh, it's Thomas Muller as well on the front, on the near post. That would have been some response there, Adam.
No, just as I said it as well. Saying how they need to crack on and get a goal back, and then from them just to absolutely get a header in. It would have been absolutely amazing. But yeah, just having a look at this goal now, coming back across, and just you know what? If it was me, I think I would just refuse to play. I think I'd go off crying. I think that would have been me. It'd have been the end.
By the way,
I feel ashamed.
I hope your players aren't watching you, Adam, because they will worry about the training, thinking what you'd think of them on the pitch.
Oh no, I wouldn't think of them. But I'm thinking it's me. The gut feeling that I'd be thinking in a world tournament like this.
What kind of formation do you like to play, Adam, as a coach?
Well, it differs now because I'm going up to 9v9, so it's going to be differing to a 2-4-2.
Yeah,
I believe now. So, and then we have a 3-3-2 that we're going to be trying as well.
Oh, here comes.
So it's all different.
Oh, was that a free kick?
Yeah.
Oh, it's Gundogan. What a season Gundogan's had for Man City. He, of course, helped them win the Premier League, the League Cup. They missed out on the FA Cup and the Champions League. But, I mean, look, as a Man United fan, of course, I was delighted to see he didn't win the European Cup. But I think they'll learn a lot from that final and realise that they have to show up next time in a final like that and go for it. But we've got a free kick here.
We haven't seen a free kick goal.
Have we not? I don't know. I think you're right. I don't think we have we?
And we won't now, okay?
You just jinxed it.
Just jinxed it.
We actually did see Michael Ballack score a direct free kick in Euro 2008 as a classic goal against Portugal in the knockouts. Has Tony Kroos got something like that in him this time? Maybe not. I think he might try and... I'm not sure who'd take this. Kroos scored a late winner against Sweden once at the 2018 World Cup. Yeah, I think you... Oh no, he's left it for Kroos. Kroos will go for it, and it's hit the wall.
Oh.
And I mean, free kicks are so difficult. I think it's the fact that you've got to think of two things: to get it over the wall, and to make sure it actually doesn't go over the crossbar, and get it to dip. Which I think it just shows practice makes perfect. Oh, that was a late challenge, wasn't it, ref? No.
Meaty challenge, that one.
Yeah. Yeah, Tony Kroos getting fouled there. It's now with Rudiger. Don't know about you, Johnny, but Rudiger surprised me since Tuchel became his coach.
Yeah, he's coming and done well. He's playing on the left of the back three tonight. But yeah, like you said, since he came in at Tuchel, some people call Tuchel a bit of a defensive coach. Likes to build from the back. And Rudiger's bear the fruits of that. He's liked him. He's gone in there and he's done really well. So I think he'll, that back three for Germany is quite experienced. So even though they haven't had much attacking threat tonight, they've been under the cosh. You'd like to think in other games they're going to have more than enough, certainly in defensive areas. And yeah, he's probably one of the standout players.
Absolutely. Germany certainly get involved more in France's half since the own goal, and they've got another free kick here. about 30 yards out, and it's Varane, I think, with the foul. Future Man United player. I wish.
Everybody's your future Manchester United player.
Oh, I know.
I mean, the real question is, why would he come?
Why wouldn't he come? I think it's the actual question.
Well, does he really want to go out of Real Madrid? Does he? I mean, I don't know. I mean, they've got a new manager coming in, haven't they? Carlo Ancelotti. He played for him as well when he was manager there, so maybe he might stay because of the new management. I'm not sure. Of course, Zidane leaving for a second time. It looks to be another four-man wall from France just inside the D, and Tony Kroos is on his own this time to take the free kick. I think he might. Will he go for it from here? Got some French fans behind the goal, hoping it doesn't find the net, and that's way over the crossbar. Bit more like it, I guess, from Germany, Darren, even though your team are France tonight.
Well, I was about to say, just before the free kick, if you could look at, you can clearly see the way that France are trying to play now. You know, they're letting Germany have the ball. They're trying to sit back. They're not pressing. They're allowing Germany to have that space. But I think what they're trying to do is get them to overcommit and then hurt them on the break. And that might very well happen.
BG Trance has commented and says, who will win? Well, at the moment it's going towards France, but still plenty of time to go here at the Allianz Arena. Do get in touch on the live chat page, folks. Don't be shy. Feel free to send us your thoughts on the game or ask us any questions. And I'm sure we'll talk more about England-Scotland's game at half-time come half-time, which takes place...
Come rain or shine, get it?
Come rain or shine. Very good. Of course, everyone's going on about that Gaza goal from Euro 96 against Scotland, which was at the old Wembley Stadium. Absolute legendary goal. Here comes Germany. Oh, Muller. Oh, he could have got through there. His touch was pretty poor and has lost the possession for Germany.
I think if you look at Germany's lineup as well, we mentioned there before, like, not having a focal striker, and I think you can tell almost.
Yeah.
Muller's gone a bit more central now, but you look at Serge Gnabry, he's not the biggest of guys. I'm not saying you need a massive centre forward to be a good side, but whereas with France, you put something up there, it'll stick.
Yes, absolutely.
Well, they've got to try and play through France, which is difficult when you're playing through Kante and then a really good defence.
I mean, I'm looking at the bench here for Germany, which isn't up on our screen, but we've got, of course, we all know Timo Werner for Chelsea, and he's had a difficult season, hasn't he, Jonny? Despite the fact that he scored goals for fun for RB Leipzig, the Premier League has not been easy for him.
No, and he's one of them. It's quite funny, you know, you want form going into a tournament, so
yeah,
you wouldn't back him off the bench and score, but equally, a lot of the times we've seen players have bad seasons go to a tournament and do quite well.
Yeah.
Lockham Low will be hoping that he can rely on him. But yeah, the Germany bench, they haven't got the strength and depth, I don't think, that France have, which might be an issue. Certainly in the striking position.
And actually, I think this is the thing, though, Darren. It frustrates me when it comes to international football, you've got no choice, really. It's whatever's available and who are the best for your country. And then you see what you can do with your formation and lineup. But, I mean, even at club football level, you see teams that don't really have a recognised striker up front. And even for big clubs, it kind of frustrates me because you just think, you know, you need to find someone like that. I know they're not easy to come by, but they can make such a difference if you can set them up as well.
I mean, you say that, but then look at what City have done this season, most of the time playing without, you know, a recognised number 9. And granted, they did lose. How many leagues have they won now? League championships have they won in? Was it 3 in 4 years or?
Yeah, something like that.
So yeah, they're doing all right. I'd be very surprised if they didn't. Now that option of Aguero has gone.
No, don't remind me.
I think legally that's how you have to say his name by law.
By Martin Tyler's law.
Yeah. So I think now that he's gone, I can't see Gabriel Jesus staying, so they might have to dip into the market to get
This
a
is
number
where I was
9.
going to say that I think Mbolo might be a decent shout.
So I used to buy him. I'm sure you all did on Football Manager as he was a wonder kid. He could play up front or from the right, but I'm not sure he would get you the 30 plus goals that you would want, especially for the money that he would go for. I think he's probably more of a.
Yeah, but you got to remember that you were manager, not Pep Guardiola.
Whoa, he got me 50 goals. He got me 50 goals. But I mean, even with the Wales game, yes, he scored. But for the one he scored, he should have scored another 3. I think if you come into an established team and you need, if you walk into Man City, perhaps you would get 5 or 6 chances. But if you go into a team more like United, that you might have 2. You need to make those count, which is, I think, where Martial at the moment gets a lot of, Jamie just straight up hates him, but it's because of that decision making in the final third. And I think Mbolo probably fits more. I could be wrong. Someone could sign him and he could set the world on fire, but we all thought that Werner would do that, and he just hasn't.
Or France again trying to go on the attack. You do feel if France get the next goal, it could be well and truly over. But there's certainly, it's just those two up front, Mbappe and Benzema. It's just absolutely ridiculous. I mean, some of you mentioned about players aging. I mean, you've got Emre Can on the bench, another one who's aged and had a pretty poor season really at Dortmund. He made so many mistakes.
I don't think Chan's been very good for the last few years, to be honest.
No, I agree. I didn't rate him that much at Liverpool, to be honest.
No, I didn't.
But we know what Liverpool fans are like. They rate them all. Even Charlie Adam. Then you've got... who else you got here? You've got Neuhaus, who's a good player for much of Gladbach. But another one is Leroy Sané, someone who couldn't quite do it at Man City, despite some of the goals he scored and provided. He wasn't very clinical this season for Bayern.
It was mainly the fact that his injury proneness, wasn't it, I think?
I can't remember, to be honest.
I think he was very injury prone at Man City anyway.
I noticed the way he sometimes approached the box and would go on his own and instead would lose it, or his shot would just go miles over the bar, and he would waste a lot of good chances. And he seemed to have done that for Bayern Munich this season. And I think I couldn't just. I mean, I remember when Bayern Munich made the signing, and I actually thought it'd be a good one. But I mean, he's only had one season with Bayern, but I'm sure some Bayern fans don't favour him too much.
Let us know in the comments below. I can't actually see, apart from goal from the goalies. There's no other comment.
Again, I'm not sure he says. I'm not sure he just says goal. I think he says there's a lot of L's there. So I think if you got to say it, you have to say it right. So
Goal!
There you go.
There we go.
Although it's not capitaled, so try that again.
Oh.
Goal.
half-arse kind of goal.
He must be a Germany fan.
Yeah. That's literally what every German commentator was like tonight when that first one went in. I think, in case people didn't know, and I hope Jonny doesn't mind me saying this, but Jonny Drury is a West Brom fan, which sadly for them, Sam Allardyce couldn't keep them up. What's that?
I'm sorry?
Jonny Drury is a West Brom fan.
No. I heard. I'm just sorry.
Oh. Jonny, what happened this season? I mean, I was a bit gutted for Bilic, to tell you the truth. I was hoping they would keep hold of him.
I was hoping you'd just let me enjoy the Euros, Jamie, and let me forget about the season.
Come on, you're used to it now. You go up and down all the time.
Well, as I will say to every pundit, that is a misconception. We had 8 years in the Premier League before we were relegated last time. No. But yeah, we do like to go up either side of that. But yeah, didn't spend enough money. you go up in the Premier League, you've got to spend money.
You just fancied a change, didn't you?
Pains me to say. Football.
How did you feel? 'Cause
Yeah, really.
I've got a friend who's a West Brom fan, and he was devastated when Darren Moore went. He thought that was premature. So how did you feel when that change happened?
Yeah, I think it did. I don't think he would have taken us up, but I think he was a club legend. I think he could have got West Brom relegated to League Two, and a lot of fans would have still been gutted that he's gone. But yeah, I think the club's been on the decline for the last couple of years, really, since they were took over. Other clubs get taken over and do well. Wolves, Aston Villa, West Brom have been taken over. They've put no money in, and if you go up to the Premier League and you spend no money, you're going to get relegated and you're going to struggle. And I think that's the bottom line. You know, they struggled. Things looked to be improving. Then they sacked the manager. Then they got the survival specialist in, but it shows you that they were up to it when he couldn't do anything with it. So, shame really, but it is what it is. Championship next season on telly every week and don't have to watch VAR, so there are some positives.
That's a good point. Yeah, VAR has been very ugly in the Premier League. Oh, hang on, Germany! Oh, the Gnabry. I think it was Gnabry. No, it was Gundogan who miskicked at the end, a half-volleyed effort.
I haven't seen much of Havertz.
Well, that's not a surprise, is
He's
it?
done nothing.
That's not, I don't know about you lads, but I do find Havertz very overrated. And sadly...
a bit like Maguire. Not that he's got, his reputation from a tournament, but, he's come with a big price tag and it seems to be weighing quite heavily on him.
He's a bit like
him with a big price tag, really.
He's a bit like the infamous Fred from Manchester United.
Hey?
Fred. You know Jamie.
Oh, Fred, yeah. The man who amazingly scored a penalty in a penalty shootout, who I was hiding behind a pool table when he took that. Along with Daniel James. So, yeah, I mean, we still lost, but at least they didn't miss, I guess. But, oh well. That's been and done now. As in the words of Jonny, Adam, I'm trying to enjoy the Euros here.
So thoughts, Havertz. Does he look like a beaver, or is it just me?
I've never thought of him as a beaver, but maybe I'll have to compare him to a beaver now and see what I think. Oh, nearly a through ball there for Gnabry, maybe, or was it? No, not Son. He's on the bench. It's with Kimmich. He's having to take it back to the halfway line with Hummels, who, sadly for Hummels, he's got an own goal next to his name to start off his Euro campaign. Actually, funny enough, Germany's last game at the Euros was against France in 2016.
Ooh, that was a foul.
Oh, he really hurt him, didn't he, by touching him with a finger. I'd like to see the replay because I bet it doesn't look too bad.
I thought it was a Germany
It's not
foul.
that. Yeah. So if you look, he smacks there.
Oh, right, yeah.
All right, okay.
Oh, my God. Oh, that's absolutely pathetic from Hernandez. Oh, my God. He's hardly touched him. At times like this, I'd get VAR and give him a yellow card for that.
I mean, he did. I'm pretty sure he did get kicked in the face. Oh, no.
Oh,
okay.
come on.
Really light.
Come on.
Really light.
I mean, I didn't see the kick, but it still doesn't look great. All right, okay, maybe he does him a bit harder than I thought. Kimmich saying he fell over. He didn't give him a yellow card for that. No, surely not. It's just an
Don't call me
accident.
Shirley.
He's made a mid of that.
I mean,
That is
I don't know about you, Jonny, but I think if we've
no
got
intentional.
VAR... Yeah, exactly, it's not intentional. I don't know
You've
about
got
you.
VAR.
Yeah. I always think...
Mike Dean would have sent him off for that in the Premier League. You know what I mean?
Mike Dean. How's he still a referee? I do
He's
not
caught
know.
if he's caught with his studs, if he's caught him with studs there, fair enough, but he's caught him with his laces and it's not intentional. He's going for the ball.
Yeah.
He's made an absolute meal of it.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Of course, Jonny actually does quite a lot of reporting around the UK, especially during the... Oh, hang on a minute. France might make it too. It's Benzema. And it's
Is there a
instead.
goal again? I mean, oh.
And instead, I'm not really sure what he was trying to do there. Maybe he was looking for Mbappe, but it was nowhere near him, and Germany have got the possession.
And they could get a counter.
But Johnny's gone around the leagues, and I don't know about you, Johnny, but I always love non-league because it's proper tackle football, and they actually do fight for it, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I think I think a lot of people will. People start seeing VAR is going to drive them more. You'd rather go and watch lower league football. I think you might get a smattering of people going and do it, but not an awful lot. But you're right. Yeah, you can just tackle without a tackle. Like, I think it all brings it back to VAR. I think
Yeah.
in the first 5 days of this tournament, how to use VAR. It's been used minimally.
Yeah.
We saw in the Wales game. It was used so efficiently. Whereas if Premier League, probably if these games were run all by Premier League referees, we'd have seen VAR dominating, but we haven't even heard about it so far. So it's just, and I think that's the reason. Football. There's been a bit of overkill in football this season in the Premier League, with the amount of football that's been on TV. I think it was great to start with, but then the novelty wore off for some people. I think that's why
I completely agree.
Some people might turn to non-league because it's just proper football, isn't it? And I think three things probably: VAR, the amount that's been on telly, and then the stuff that's happened with the Super League. And I think people will go and some people will go and enjoy non-league football a bit more, where you get blood and thunder tackles, and you can actually tackle people.
Absolutely. And there's the National League playoff final this weekend, isn't it, Adam?
It
in
is,
Bristol.
Yes. Yes, it is.
You'll have to remind me which teams they are. We could maybe talk a bit more about that at half time, but
I will.
But currently,
And then Hartlepool is one of them.
Is it Hartlepool and it's not Notts County, is it?
I believe so, yeah.
Here come
I'll
France.
I'll double check on that for you.
France in the box. It's Griezmann, and that's gone out for a throw-in. Griezmann I think he got the golden boot for the last Euros when they hosted it in France, and he had everything nearly apart from a Euro winning medal after losing to Portugal in the final, and it's going to be a throw-in for France again here. It was Gozens with the last touch there. Benjamin Pavard, Seb True's favourite French footballer. That's me talking bullshit. He can't stand the man. But always known for his wonder goal against Argentina in the last 16 of the World Cup. He actually got goal of the tournament. So he's got that at least next to his name. Oh, Pogba's not happy. Oh, is it Torquay? Oh, okay. Funny enough, my sister's just come back from Torquay. It was her birthday yesterday, and I got her an England shirt. So just to keep
all got us some England shirts.
What's that?
We've all got us some England shirts. Let's talk sports. We've all got us an England shirt.
I'm not sure why Pogba felt so aggrieved there. He was clearly offside.
I know. It was when Hungary scored earlier. One of the players had a go, and it was clearly right. And it was VAR checked anyway. So it was like, what's your problem? Actually, Johnny makes a great point about VAR at this tournament. We've hardly heard about it, which is great. And also, when Hungary scored, they did it spot on. They let them carry on. They scored, and then, of course, straight away, the flag went up the moment the goal went in, because he went to go back to it. And then the referee never checked the screen or anything. It was just told straight away in his earpiece, not a goal.
Oh.
It was actually really quick. And that's when VAR does work. But somehow, they can't communicate that with our Premier League referees.
Well, was it 2018 in the World Cup when it was introduced?
That was
because it was quite a similar thing there. It worked really well. It was quite quick. The screens were used a lot more than they were initially at the Prem. But it's just, I think it's just the English. The problem is the English.
Oh, is it?
I am half English, which means that I'm also half pedantic and think that I know everything. He was a millimetre offside. Quick, VAR.
A minute of added time to go. for this first half. Looks like it'll end 1-0 to France.
It looked like something more happened between Pogba and I couldn't see which.
I don't think it was. I just seen the replay. It looked like Rudiger looked like he was getting ready to take a chunk out of his back. With his teeth.
Yeah.
And then he's put his arms around him, and Pogba was trying to pull a fast one. But yeah, it looked like he was going to go full Suarez teeth in the back of his shoulder in a few seconds.
Be interesting to see that again. It's a surprise that something like that wasn't checked.
Well, it's half time. They're walking into the changing rooms as we speak. So, half time, France 1, Germany 0. And if you're wondering what happened, it was a Mats Hummels own goal on the 20th minute after a dangerous ball across the face of goal ended up hitting the feet of Hummels and into the roof of the net it went. So, at half time, it is the world champions ahead by a 1-0 at the Allianz Arena. Let's get your first reactions of that first half. Starting off with you, Darren. I think France deserved the lead, but then when they conceded, when Germany had conceded, they showed a bit more existence up front.
Yeah, I think a lot of teams have done that so far. It was mainly France. France did well. They got the goal, and then Germany then felt the need to grow into the match, and got a few chances. But I still think that most of the time the French team had that game under control. There was nothing particularly worrying about the Germany attack, although they did have more of the ball after the goal. It'd be interesting to see how that changes after the team talk.
I think, Jonny, you're just spot on. I mean, with what you're saying about the front line, it's just that identity. Thomas Muller's a great player, don't get me wrong, but he likes to set up more than be the goal scorer. He can score goals, but not in every game or anything like that. If anything, they miss like a Marousseff closer in there, or maybe a Lucas Podolski.
Just beat me to it, yeah. Closer, look how many tournaments he dominated for Germany,
Yeah.
And he was a focal point. And taking nothing away from Gnabry, we've seen in the last couple of years in the Champions League how good of a finisher he is. But if you play him, I know he's got two players playing off him, but if you play him as a single striker, when he's not a single striker, and I think someone touched on the point before where City have done that. Spain used to do it and have won a tournament doing it as well.
Yeah.
But I think they're very different teams. You look at Spain, you look at City's front six, they're all interchangeable. They're all such class footballers. And Spain, that was when Spain were at the height of, I think Cesc Fabregas played as a striker, if I remember rightly, or played in that front line.
Oh, really?
How good they were. Taking nothing away from Germany, great team, good top quality players, probably not on that level, of what them teams were. So I think that's where they might struggle throughout the tournament. But yeah, like you said, France had their foot down, could have arguably scored before they did, and then just recoiled a bit and sat back. And as you said, looked like they're trying to hit Germany on the break. And Germany have looked quite sharp in them attacking areas. So game's far from over. Germany have got a goal in them, I think. But yeah, like I said, they've got such a potent front line, France, that this could go. It could be a draw, or it could be 3-0 if France's front line turn it on. You just don't know. They're that good.
Adam, you feel as though with Germany, even though it hasn't gone well for them so far, they should probably go back out there and just carry on what they were doing since they conceded, but also to maybe, I know it's not a full house stadium because of COVID restrictions, but this is a home game for them. So they should try and make the most out of that. And, this is a stadium where some of their buying players play there week in, week out.
Yeah, exactly. I think they need to realise that what they've got there, and I think that their fans need to get behind them more. And just at the end of the day, the fans are your 12th man. And if the fans get behind you, then you're going to be set. And I think it doesn't matter how little, how many fans you have, it's going to give you a boost. And I think Germany only need that little bit of a boost to give them that bit of a push. Yes, France are exceedingly on top, in my opinion. But equally, Germany are holding out in the back. They're trying to get this counter. And I think it's the way Germany have to go forward until any time to go forward to come through. So it's just the case of if they can get a draw out of France, that'd be brilliant going forward. But I can't see them winning today.
Okay, so that's our halftime reaction from the Allianz Arena of France 1, Germany 0. I just thought we'd talk more really about maybe the England-Scotland game that we've got coming up on Friday night. Hopefully we will be doing a watch-along for that. Darren might be there for it, but Darren... I'm so excited and I'm not even nervous for this game. I don't know why. Not because England might lose or anything, but I'm just excited to see an affair like this that we haven't seen in such a long time. You know, England and Scotland, one of the biggest rivalries in football, playing at Wembley in a Euro tournament. It's very exciting. You know, when we've had such a, let's be honest, a shit year or more than that of lockdowns, etc. It's actually nice to look forward to something like this.
It's always nice when a home nation has the chance to smash England. But if we're being honest, I think this match was more exciting before Scotland's last game. I think the shine off the competition of what, you know, now people are starting to say how many will England score instead of it being a tighter game. So, but obviously Scotland v England, I think it'll mean more to the Scottish players. And hopefully they'll come out and perform and maybe nick a point.
Adam, what were your thoughts on that England-Croatia win the other day? Because there was a lot of praise for Gareth Southgate's team selection after the game, not before the game, but after the game, because of what had happened with, you know, Cav and Phil.
At the end of the day, with any selection, you've got to take it as you're not there, you're not watching the players week in, week out.
Yeah.
He's there, he's training the players. He's watched them. He's gone to the Premiership. He's there live watching them. So he's there making notes, going, yes, he's doing this, he's doing that, we'll do this, we'll do that with them. Okay, right, we've got Calvin Phillips, we've got so-and-so starting, we've got whoever starting in defence, I can't remember who started again in defence, but he did really well. But they all played really well. And you've got to accept his Southgate's decisions. Yes, I'm nervous for the Scotland game. Who wouldn't be at the end of the day? Because if you lose against Scotland, it doesn't set a good precedent.
I think, yeah, I mean, this is the thing. I think you're spot on, Adam, in terms of, you know, it's easy for us to criticise and not see Southgate go with a lineup that we all kind of predicted, which was, you know, the likes of Luke Shaw being in it, Grealish being in it instead of Trippier on the left instead, stuff like that. And I guess this is why, in the words of Gary Neville, he said the other day, Gareth Southgate is probably England's biggest asset, which is he actually does believe in him. He's relying on him, and he trusts him to lead this squad.
But equally, would you have put Henderson out there if you were there and you thought, oh, you know what, I'll put Henderson out against Croatia?
As in Jordan Henderson.
Jordan Henderson, yeah. Would you have gone and said, instead of having Phillips, I'd have Henderson out there? Because Henderson, remember, he's not been very good in the friendlies.
No.
He's not been playing very good at all for England recently. So would you put him there instead of Phillips? I would not. I think Southgate made a brilliant call with that.
I think I think you're absolutely spot on, because I did fear, Jonny, that Jordan Henderson was going to start, and he didn't. And there was rumours that he even told Southgate in those friendlies that he didn't want to start because he's not been fully fit recently.
Nah, and I think the danger, like you said there, I think what Gary Neville said was spot on. England have got. I think Gareth Southgate is a very good tournament manager, and just what England needed. And like you said, there's no one better to pick the England team than him. You know, he knows his side more than anyone. But one thing that he sometimes does tend to do, not that he's got his favourites, but he thinks of people who have done well for him in the past. You can say that with Walker. Arguably, other people said Walker wouldn't start right back. Sterling, obviously, it came to fruition. He scored. Hasn't had the best of seasons. You could have easily seen that happening with Jordan Henderson, but he didn't. He made a pretty brave call in the middle. So I think 3/4 of the country probably would have been slagging him off at the start of the game for picking Phillips.
I mean, Mings as well. He's one that was a dodgy call for many people. I think that was an absolutely fantastic call.
Yeah, I think he's probably more forced into the Mings one, wasn't he? That with what's happened to Maguire, but like the end of the game, they were saying, Phillips played really well. I think it's a brave call, but I personally with his selections, I don't think we'll see the same team play Scotland. I think we'll see two or three.
I wouldn't play the same team just because you got to keep them guessing. And
I think that we saw a lot of the same sides in the World Cup, and it worked. Obviously, we probably had favourable draws to get through, but I think you'll see more horses for courses from Southgate. I think you'll see Grealish start on Friday.
Yeah,
I could see Grealish coming in for someone like Sterling.
But I'd keep Phillips starting.
Yeah, I think they will. I think more in the attacking areas, you might see some changes. Like Scotland are going to sit deep probably and try and hit on the counter, as I like to play, and the likes of Sterling running in behind isn't probably going to work in games like that. But I think you'll see a lot from Southgate, and then you'll see a different team play the Czech Republic. I think,
to be honest, I wouldn't play Mason Mount. He didn't do much for me in the last game.
Yeah. It'd be interesting to see who they bring anyway. And they got the luxury of having the depth going forward. Yeah. All right, they've probably only got 2 out-and-out centre forwards in Kane and Calvert-Lewin, but around that, they've got such a depth of talent, And I think the striking options is interesting. We always take 4 strikers to the World Cup. It's taken 2 this time. And I read somewhere from a journalist or commentator saying that he should have tried to get Jamie Vardy out of retirement, and I couldn't agree more.
Yeah.
I think if you take Vardy to a tournament like this, it's not like you're dragging him to Brazil. To sit on the bench and not play.
You're playing down the road.
Yeah, and you're playing in London.
I think if you're chasing a goal, you would stick a Vardy on over a Calvert-Lewin.
Yeah.
If you were looking to nick a goal, but I think that might not come unstuck, but I think they could have been a bit stronger centre forward wise. But around that, Foden, Mount, Grealish, Sterling, Rashford, Sancho wasn't even involved in the squad.
It's crazy,
all these players.
It is crazy to mention those names and they weren't in the starting lineup. Just shows how people have been so excited by this lineup, I guess, in terms of going into this tournament.
Another one, I think, if he does rest a Bryce or a Phillips, it's say he beat Scotland on Friday, they're on the qualified. I think you might see a Bellingham start even ahead of an Henderson if it's not a dead rubber, but a game they haven't got to win. I think he showed that Southgate. For Southgate to put his trust in a 17-year-old kid to see out a game against a really good side, traditionally really good. So obviously they weren't great on Sunday, but even there, the strength in depth. Henderson's 4th choice in that, coming into it with an injury. Really, you'd probably say Southgate's indicated that it's going to be Bellingham ahead of him, which I think is. I think for the way that they play, you saw the way that they played. You'd never see a Jordan Henderson in the position Calvin Phillips was in to set the goaler, but they were playing in the same positions. Henderson's good at what he does for Liverpool, but I think in this England team, he would be a hindrance if he did play. Well,
I guess as well, is that not because if you're playing next to a Rice who can cover that role, that a Rice and Henderson I think might struggle as a pair, but a Rice and a Bellingham, that would be exciting. I'd be excited to see that.
Bellingham would be brilliant, wouldn't he?
Yeah, I think so. But I just think, that there is that danger that he might turn. I don't think he'll turn to Henderson in the game that really matters because he's not fully fit. But I think Henderson and in this type of England team that's quite expansive would slow England down because that's how he.
Even when Henderson was fully fit, he wasn't doing it for me for England.
No.
So
right.
I think maybe his time is to retire from international football. I know it sounds bad, or at least take a break for a while and come back to it.
How old is he? I mean, I'm not because he's a Liverpool player. I'm not a massive fan, but that seems a bit harsh, right?
Or at least take a break, because obviously he's not there at the moment. He's not at that level to be with the likes of
He's
Calvin
30.
Phillips.
He's 30 years old.
He's not at that sort of level with Calvin Phillips. He's not at that sort of level with all the other ones like Bellingham and all that lot for me. So if he's not there,
I think if Phillips and Rice have a very good tournament, then you probably might have. You know, things can change. Look at like Jesse Lingard was out in the cold and he almost got in the wheel in the Euro squad.
Yeah.
Henderson, but if these players have a good tournament and have a good 4 or 5 years, then that's probably finish Henderson off internationally.
Yeah.
Well, thanks for that, folks. Of course, we'll be hopefully doing a watch along on Friday night for England versus Scotland at 8 o'clock kickoff, and hopefully a repeat of a Gascoigne masterclass, something like that, a goal like that maybe. Come Friday night at Wembley. So we're about to get
Foden masterclass with his Gascoigne haircut.
Who knows? Who knows? Well, we're about to get underway. It looks as though France will start the second half. They'll attack from right to left. Germany from left to right. It looks as though there was no substitutions at half time. I don't think France would want to change anything with the way it's started out for them. Let us know in the comments, folks. Do you think Germany can fight back? Let us know. But funny enough, guys, I don't know if you saw, but at half time, ITV was showing a fan man land on the pitch, and it looks as though it landed terribly because bits of his fan or something like that nearly hit Deschamps and the coaches above them. I'm not sure if it was part of the Euro ceremony or anything like that, but he got onto the pitch, no problem. I think Darren, you saw it because your eyes were looking at it quite amazingly.
I saw it as well,
but it was more.
I
was more confused by your description of a fan man. That's a very
yeah.
Well, you remember, I always think of Simpsons, the fan man who goes into the ring or into the crowd at the boxing match, and then he cuts Krusty's hair off.
although that fan man, I actually know him really well. Guess what his favourite type of music is?
Go, hang on, Mbappe on it. Can he get a goal? Hummels can't get it off him. Oh, he's had to go back down deep onto the left, and it's gone out. Well, it hasn't gone out of play, but that was a big chance there. Actually, Hummels did well though, I thought. Keep tracking him and making sure he didn't get a chance against the goalkeeper. Go on, Dan. What was the joke?
Well, no, it's no joke. I'm just saying that I know the guy with the fan well, and I was asking you what his favourite type of music is, because obviously he's a big metal fan.
Oh God!
Get out! Well, Deschamps.
That's what the manager was saying as well on the sideline.
Yeah. It's time to get out. What are you doing here?
Get out.
Well, Germany have got their possession back, so the threat from France is gone for now, but about 2 minutes into the second half. If you just joined us, especially Greg, who says, hi guys, what have I missed? So an own goal for Mats Hummels on the 20th minute separates the two sides, but it's probably, I think France are the better team so far, but Germany have showed a bit more of a fight since they conceded. We've also got Jamie Burgoyne saying, Jamie just messaged me saying if there's a super chat. I did not. He says he'll sing the entirety of the Fratelli's cover of Yes Sir, I Can Boogie, which I will not. No, I need a few beers or vodkas in me for that to happen.
Jamie, get it down to your son. Get it down here.
If only that worked on Zoom. That would be the next level Zoom conversation, that would be. Germany, no, they couldn't find Gnabry there.
It was quite funny when we were watching Scotland match the other day, and they had one person looking so down with the Yes Sir, I Can Boogie shirt on.
Yeah, I saw that. How good was that Schneck goal, though?
Oh,
that's from the pretty much 49 yards out, so we're talking pretty much the halfway line. And people kept saying that the Scotland goalkeeper of Marshall was very far out for it to happen, but even so, at that pace and to vision it and to get it absolutely spot on at the end was absolutely incredible. Yeah. Goal of the tournament so far. It might just be the goal of the tournament. I'm sure we'll find out come the end of the tournament, but I think it'll be very hard to see any other goal beat that.
Wouldn't it be harsh if they didn't go through?
Who knows? Who knows? Might see a repeat of a Marco van Basten goal in a final for the Dutch or something like that. But yeah, the Dutch nearly missed out on a win against Ukraine after they were 2-0 up. They conceded 2 goals and then they got a late winner. Here are Germany now, showing a bit more possession again in France half, resuming from the first half. No one found there to Gnabry. It's just that final third.
Attack that ball more. They're just sort of standing off it, waiting for the ball to come to them, rather than going to that ball and attacking that ball.
It is just the identity up front. I mean, I remember watching. I know this is a different game, but it was actually at the Allianz Arena, and it was Bayern Munich versus PSG in the Champions League this season. And Bayern Munich had the whole team there apart from Lewandowski because he was injured. And it was just the whole fact of they played perfectly. They just didn't have someone up front to finish the ball for them. And it does feel like that with Germany. It feels like that for the Netherlands as well, Johnny. When I watched them the other day, thinking you don't have your Van Nistelrooys, Van Persies or Dennis Bergkamp or anyone like that up front. You've got more wingers than centre forwards, I feel.
Yeah, and I think the wingers you have got aren't at the level that they were probably, when did they get to the final? 2010? Was it Euros? They got to the final.
Yeah.
In 2012, I can't remember now, when they played Spain and Nigel de Jong just started kicking people. That game, they were, like you said, Van Persie, Iron Robben was probably arguably the best winger in the world at that point. And yeah, they just seem a little bit. There's a lot of teams in transitions, I think. Like you said, Germany are one, probably the strongest out of the ones that are in transition. Spain haven't got any Real Madrid or Barcelona players in the squad for the first time ever, I think.
That's crazy, isn't it?
And yeah, Netherlands are another one. Out of the big nations that seem to have gone through a bit of a transition. England, you'd say, are probably one who are coming out of it, maybe still in a little bit. But Italy have really built, haven't they now? And are probably the strongest out of below France, probably the strongest. You'd say that have got to.
Oh, is it the posts? Sorry about that, Johnny. France with a big chance there. Rabiot with the chance. I thought he was going to cross it, but he didn't. Yeah, I thought he was going to go
for the offside to me.
Who, Rabiot?
Yeah.
I think he might have been onside. He might have been offside, but yeah, hit the.
It doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter either way. But it's Rabiot. For a moment, I thought he was going to do a low ball cross to Mbappe. Instead, he went on his own to try and make it 2-0. Here's Kroos. Just gets it away from Hernandez there. Hernandez plays for Bayern Munich, so he's playing at a ground that he's very used to. Funny enough, they just had the cameras on Closer there, Johnny, as we mentioned him at half-time. And Hansi Flick, who will be the next Germany manager after Joachim Löw come the end of this tournament.
I thought they zooming in on Closer, and I thought it looked like AP McCall, the jockey, for a start.
Hey, it's Ascot this week, isn't it?
Yeah, Closer he looked old. He looked old in his last tournament, but he looks like he's, but like you said, we've seen it in the opening 5 minutes of the first half. Germany haven't really got a focal point up front, and I know I keep coming back to it, but that seems to be, like you said, leading on from what you were saying about the Netherlands, that haven't got an awful lot of centre forwards, but they've got good wide players. Germany seem to really be the same, which is difficult really, and it's strange to see because you always associate these countries as having really good centre forwards, but there doesn't seem to be an abundance of them. And you can arguably say that about England. Obviously, we've got Kane, who's one of the best centre forwards in the world, but aside from that, England would usually go into tournaments with 3 or 4 really top.
Over the bar! Oh, Gnabry just there. I think a bounce before goal would have been nice, which he did get, but it just didn't. The bounce was just a bit too much of a bounce, and it goes over the bar. Actually, did that come off one of the French defenders? No, it didn't. No, so it's going to be a goal kick, but that was a big chance. But yeah, I remember, I think, it's funny actually, we mentioned the Netherlands wingers. I mean, Memphis Depay Darren, a former Man United player, looks to be set joining FC Barcelona, which I find a bit hard to believe, but it's happening, it seems. But Ronald Koeman's a Dutch manager for Barcelona, so maybe he's just likes the idea of signing so many Dutch players.
But wasn't Coleman already there? Like he arrived. Oh, he'll be there a few months until the president changes, and he's still there.
Yeah, he's still there.
It's the longest temporary appointment I think I've ever seen.
Well, Solskjaer might be as well.
Well, no, yeah, but he got made. Like we knew he was going to stay after the PSG. There's always been doubts about old Ronald.
Oh, hang on. Oh, yeah, Lloris has got it. Sorry, what was that you were saying, Darren?
Je voudrais une chat. Je ne sais pas.
Oh, Darren's disappeared again. Where's he gone? Fred just taken over.
I was saying something about something which probably didn't make sense anyway, so...
Oh, well, it's been all Germany in the last 5 minutes.
I think one thing I've picked up from the game as well is the difference in Pogba when he plays for France.
I know, he's so much better. It's so annoying to watch as a United fan.
Well, it's just a style of play, I think. You know, the French style of play suits him a lot more than Man United, but, you know, he's a world-class player. He should be able to turn it on at Man United. Whether he turns it on for France and not for United, I don't know. But
well, the reports are he is not signing a new contract, so he'll be gone.
Oh, next
either.
Summer.
Yeah, well, if he just runs down his contract and we're happy for that to happen.
Oh, shot blocked again,
no,
Varane. Oh, have it. Varane with a crucial block there with the shot. Yeah, Germany really are knocking on France's door at the moment. It's Kimmich. Oh, good ball to Gnabry. Oh, Lloris with a good save. He did get the ball, but Kimmich yet again with that dangerous ball into the box. But sorry, what were you saying, Darren?
Again,
About
it's gone
Pogba.
now. What?
It was Pogba. Yeah.
Yeah, well, so either he'll run down his contract and leave, or we'll try and cash in. But who can afford him now?
Especially
And in 12 months he'll be free. So why would you want to pay 50 mil now when you know in 12 months' time he's free?
This is the thing. I mean, I think Pogba's term at United is a real shame because of him being a youth player as well before he went to Juve. But the money spent on him, it just doesn't justify it, sadly. But again, that you could say that about maybe Harry Maguire and Di Maria and all that. But I think the problem I have at the moment with Man United, Darren, is that every time they go in for a player, that club will ask for as much money as they can because they know United have got that kind of money to spend in a way.
But also, which is strange, we only get the player that no one else is in for. No one else wanted to pay for Maguire, so we got him. No one else seems to be in the Sancho race, so we'll probably get him. People want Varane, so he's not going to come. It's just we tend to overpay for players that no one else wants.
Yeah, I have to agree. I mean, Sancho's another one, Darren, because Sancho I've not seen linked to anyone else at all.
No, it's just us.
Some say Chelsea, but I don't think so. I've not seen that. Cross comes in. Oh, Germany. Oh, that was a big one. The German player that was down has blocked the shot. But that was a big leap from, I think it was
Gossens. Best wishes out to Greg, who's dislocated his elbow, dislocated his elbow.
Dislocated his elbow?
Has to wear a cast for the game on Friday. Let us know what happened, Greg.
And also, which hand? For no reason at all.
For no reason at all.
Just curious.
Let's see the replay then. Gossens went in there. Oh, he went right into Pavard. I'll tell you what, that could have been really nasty. You know, the way he goes into the back of his head and then he lands his head into the ground.
Oh.
That's not... Yeah, I wonder if he might have to come off.
That is dangerous play, isn't it?
Yeah, it is dangerous play. I mean, actually, an African footballer died once for going up for the ball, and because he was so high up going for it, his head landed into the ground. and sadly died. I'd imagine it was head injuries, so it was very, very sad. I don't know, I can't remember the name of the player, but it has happened. It's a rare occasion.
Yeah, well,
but it can happen.
I was coaching Chester once, and goalkeeper for another team jumped up, tried to punch the ball, punched one of the players, knocked the player out.
Well, that's not a way to get ahead in life.
So we're not sure if it was night or whether it was.
Did he see red and then lose his head?
I'm not sure.
Is that what happened?
But all we can say is the person who walked off had a Wrexham shirt in the goal. No, no. But, it was Upton versus Leighton, I think, in adults.
But at least he's okay. So at least
he is okay.
At least we can be head over heels about that.
Head over heels about that.
Of course, it's actually just looking at the stats of this game so far. So France have had 3 shots, Germany have had 8, but the shots on target, we've only had 1 from both teams. As in, the only 1 shot on target has come from France. So I guess that's a bit annoying, Johnny, to read stats like that when it should be on paper a really good game. But funny enough, one of my mates said to me before the kickoff, he said it's got 0-0 written all over it.
I think it's been. I think the second half. I think we've probably seen more from Germany early in the second half than we've seen for the whole. You know, they had spells in the first half, but like we said at the top of the program, I think it's going to be cagey because neither side wants to lose. I think, you know, if this was a second or a third group game and both sides needed to win, it would be a bit more. But I think, we've seen France look a bit ropey so far in the second period. And
I think
Germany,
ropey enough to concede a goal though at the moment.
No, potentially not. And potentially that's the reason for that. You know, the reason for that would be that lack of a potent striker that Germany have. But I think there's more goals in it. But like I said, it's not classic at the moment. There's been some good play, but it's not your archetypal classic.
We got Greg Livingstone saying, I was so... Oh, hang on, sorry. Corner coming in for Germany. I think that'll be a throw-in on the far side for the Germans to take. And it's gone straight to Rudiger. Rudiger still wearing that mask that he wore even at the back end of last season for Chelsea, which is nose. I think it might have been a nose injury. I'm not really sure. That's what they sometimes use it for. It's to guard the upper half of their face. Greg says, I was so pissed last night. I was on a high building and I thought I could break my fall, so I tried to put my arm in front to break my fall, so that's how I dislocated my arm. It's my right hand. Not only I dislocated my elbow, but I almost dislocated my shoulder, but thankfully I didn't. It was just arm. Why are you so high up, Greg?
Why were you so high up?
You was high on life.
You weren't that England fan that sadly fell off the stands at Wembley against Croatia the other day, which I believe he is well now, that England fan. But somehow he fell off a stand at Wembley Stadium, and that was actually just before the kickoff. It wasn't during the game. But I'm not sure how far up it would have been. It would have been pretty nasty from one tier down to another, which, for example, Darren's been to Wembley. He's worked at Wembley. Kimmich with the ball in. Oh, and there's another dangerous cross from Kimmich. And Varane's having to deal with it. Varane's had a great game, Darren.
He has, which will serve us well next year when he is a PSG player.
Oh, damn it. You got me there.
Damn it.
Oh, Kimmich corner there. Didn't find anyone again. It's just... Oh, even Neuer's gone into France's half. The sweeper keeper, the man himself. The man, the myth, the legend.
So when I was in Wembley, Tottenham was still playing there, and my claim to fame is I totally ate Harry Kane's banana. Don't tell him.
How did that happen?
I'm going to text him now. Right, I'm on my phone.
Because you weren't you there because you were working at an AJ fight, if I can remember.
Harry, don't listen. It wasn't your banana, all right? Okay? Yeah, all right. Yeah, I'll let him know. Okay, bye-bye. Yeah, so Adam, he says that chess is shit. And Wrexham rules. So yeah, I was working there, and the staff meal place was the canteen for the Tottenham players, and there was a fridge there with a sign saying Tottenham Hotspur players only, do not use. But it was 4 a.m. and I was starving, and there was a banana in there, so I bloody had it, and it was lovely.
I'm glad you enjoyed it. That's all that matters. That's all that matters. Currently, France finally have got something going on in the midfield, at least, because they've actually been really quiet, as Jonny said, with Germany showing a bit more from it in this second half. We've just about to reach 65 minutes. Here come France now. Of course, the second goal would probably seal the deal. Is Griezmann. Now Benzema. Benzema cuts in, goes for it. Shot is blocked, and it should come out onto Ginter.
I think I'm going to try and find Narnia. Second goal goes in.
You don't have a light, do you, Adam? You're starting to get very dark in your room.
Ah, that better.
There you go. We can see a bit better with the light.
He doesn't need a light because he's the light of my life.
Oh dear. You two get a room.
A Zoom room.
A Zoom room, yeah. Well, I'll have a Zoom room.
Greg says I was on a high wall, so that's how I dislocated my arm. And Jamie,
hang on, wait, stop. Just stop the match. Every time he messages, he doesn't make it any clearer, does he? I mean, obviously, I was on a high wall. Who wouldn't be drunk?
Oh, what
yes!
a goal, Mbappe!
Right,
he's offside. Oh, don't know about that. Was he?
VAR check.
Yeah, and it'll be interesting to see how this works here, Jonny, the VAR. But
he's offside.
Ooh.
Yeah, he's not.
Well off.
That was a beautiful finish, though. That was world class. That was world class. Not many can do that. Oh, look at that. It's a shame it won't count, but yeah, won't count. So still France 1, Germany 0. That could have been the winning goal.
What will happen now if Germany got 2?
Well, they'll win the game 2-1.
What
a strange question.
Get it right, Adam.
How will France feel?
Ask Darren's brother, wherever he's gone.
Like they lost the match because that was definitely offside.
Well, Germany, they know they've got to respond here because they could not afford another goal being conceded. Of course, this is a big group. Let's not forget Portugal are in it as well. But Portugal beat Hungary 3-0 in the game earlier at Budapest, which was a late party for Portugal. They got the first goal on the 82nd minute, I think it was. And then they got 2 goals from Cristiano Ronaldo, one in the 90th minute, I think, or something like that. And then one of them being a penalty. But he broke the European Championship goal-scoring record. It was Platini on 9, and Ronaldo's now got 11. So he's...
It's not called Budapest, it's called George Ezra.
What's that, sorry?
It's called George Ezra.
George Ezra, that terrible joke. That terrible one.
I mean, leave the terrible jokes to me.
It's currently with Hugo Lloris. He'll boot it out. Looking for... Well, tried to find Pogba instead. It's Rudiger who intercepts. He's gone deep into France's half for a defender. Oh, Gundogan's having to go take it back after all that.
Touching on that Mbappe, like the goal, I know it's disallowed. He was a yard or so offside, but the finish was. I just watched it back now. You'll struggle to find a better finish than that.
Yeah.
You know, as a striker, that is. You know, he's got 3. Yeah, if he's got 3 players, 3 players in front of him, you know, to bend it with no backlift and off the post. That was a top quality thing. It
was superb. I mean, do any of you lot see Mbappe staying for another season with PSG? Because, hang on, sorry folks, we've got Kimmich here. Oh, another corner.
I was about to say, I'm sure Joe from Let's Talk Sport he must have been on a wall drunk as well. Tried to tell me once that Liverpool were going to buy.
No, that
Mbappe
was Luke.
'cause-
That was Luke.
Was it Luke? Okay,
Yeah.
well, he's always off his face. And he, oh, the sponsors are gonna put the money in, and they're gonna. No, you're not.
I'm not seeing any rumours or links of Mbappe to Liverpool. Maybe a few months back, once or twice, but not since. Because you know how a rumour continues each day or each week, and you think they're going to get closer with a deal. I've not heard any of that.
No. Well, I can't see them paying the wages. To be frank, they're not a United or a Barca or a Real who will happily pay 500 grand a week.
And
The
they
only
do.
people I can see doing it are City.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think City want him though, do they?
Yeah, but I don't. Yeah, that's what I mean. City.
Oh right, sorry.
The only people with the crowd to do it. Or City.
Well, they saying. I mean, Real Madrid say they need to clear a few players, and then they're looking at him and Haaland. But I'm thinking, I thought you had no money. Hence the European Super League. I mean, yeah, you can never believe a word that Florentino Perez says.
I think Mbappe would suit City. I think as a replacement to Aguero. You know, obviously he's not being linked, but I think he would be, and he'd be great to watch in the Premier League. You know, yeah, he's done it in France, but I think the question is, can you do it in the Premier? I think he'd be quality in the Premier League personally.
Yeah,
and he's still so young. He's got so many years ahead of him. But yeah, it'd be interesting to see whether he does come to the Premier League or go elsewhere. But like you said, with Real Madrid and Barcelona, is the rumour all just hot air? You know, have they got the money? I don't think they have. Well, they plainly haven't, because of the way they tried to push the Super League through.
yeah.
Although they do tend to say a lot, "Oh, we've not got the money." But has David Alaba been announced? Because he won't be on cheap wages.
He's on ridiculous money.
Yeah, Alaba has been announced officially now. It was once he had his final game for Bayern a few weeks ago. But they've signed him at least for the summer. Well, it looks as though Germany have got a couple of substitutions ready to be made, which is Leroy Sané of Bayern Munich and Timo Werner of Chelsea. And as always, Rackham Lowe has made sure his assistant and other coaches dress the same as him. They always wear identical clothing at the international tournaments.
That sounds like you saying Ryan Lowe.
What's that? Sorry, Adam, you've gone a little quiet since.
That sounded like you were saying Ryan Lowe.
Ryan Lowe. not him again.
The mighty Ryan Lowe. It's the ball.
Oh, hang on. Here's Emre Can. Looks like he's about to come on as well, which, as I've said before on this watch-along, folks, I'm not his biggest fan, so it'd be interesting if he can bring anything to the table.
Nobody is his biggest fan, Jamie.
No, nobody. Looks like Emre Can might come on, but looks as though Mbappe was...
Get it.
Looks like Mbappe was colliding with one of the German players. It should be all right, though.
Did you know that Emre Can's first job was actually a waiter? Yeah, so it's good because he can bring a lot to the table.
Very good. You can have that for free, folks.
I mean, they don't want it, but you will bloody take it.
Here we go then.
Take it.
So it's Gnabry coming off for Werner as the first substitution. Sané looks like he's going to come on now. Who will he replace? I'd imagine it'll be Havertz. But Havertz has been playing a bit more of a right winger, I think. Oh no, I don't think it's going to be... Oh yeah, it is Havertz. Oh, I just know the team, don't I? There comes Sané then, in for Havertz. It looks as though France aren't going to make any changes. Is Emre Can going to come on now? No, I don't think he will. I think they'll have to wait till the ball comes out of play again. I don't think he's ready yet.
No, I think they just realised that he's just past university.
Adam, I must admit, mate, you've gone really quiet. Like, is your
Probably because I'm
microphone?
trying to give you more light.
Why not turn the lights on, like every room in the house should have? You lazy bastard. Oh, bless him.
Oh, but it's behind his head, though, isn't it? So that's not going to help.
Oh, yeah, yeah. You need one of those ring lights. The budget at Let's Talk Sport has not been the best recently. We do
What do you
apologise.
mean? We are at the stadium.
Well, yeah, in the hospitality boxes, they said we can have the boxes, but we have to bring our own lights. See, did you not get the memo? Johnny brought his, Darren brought his, I brought mine. You didn't bring yours, though, did you?
No, I didn't.
Johnny's doing way better than you on his debut with the lighting.
Do you want floodlight?
That's because Adam likes to do it.
A
in the dark.
floodlight? Oh, God, that's when you're going beyond us. Quarter of an hour to go. I guess with those substitutions, I'm not so sure. I mean, Sane, as I said, has had a bit of an average season along with Timo Werner. But who knows, as Johnny said before, they seem to turn up in some of these major tournaments, these players who haven't had a great league season. I think in a way, Johnny, as well, they could look at it and think, look, let me start out fresh. I'm with a different team for just a few games this summer.
Yeah, I think so. I think you're right. Almost got nothing to lose. You know, in the Premier League, Werner's probably had a monkey on his back, hasn't he? And had a bit of pressure because he hasn't delivered a big price tag. Comes to Germany, you know, might feel a little bit different. Bit of a clean slate, chance to do something, and get his stock back up again.
There's a throw-in for Germany. It's in line with the 18-yard box. It's now with Hummels, who sadly has an own goal to his name. He'll hope that they can at least get an equaliser to help him forget a bit about what happened there on the 20th minute. It's with Kimmich, always dangerous when he gets the right ball into the box. He's trying to beat out Hernandez there. Again, straight to the goalkeeper, though.
There's nobody there. That's the problem.
Yeah.
There's nobody in that area.
What do you think of Timo Werner, Adam?
He's okay. He's okay getting the balls in, but it's just nobody's there. So you're putting them into the areas.
Yeah.
But no one's there.
Yeah.
It's like if I was to kick the ball into the middle of the pitch and nobody's going there, it's going to go to the opposition. It's not going to go to your team. They've got to realise that. And they've got to have people running in, ready to run in. It's idiot. It's idiotic.
Well, it is Rudiger now, and you do feel down. You know, Germany are really trying here as well. You know, the possession, all that is there.
Yeah. They are trying to get that equalising goal, and I wouldn't put it past them, but they are struggling in that with that final ball. Here's one now, but it's easily dealt with by the French team, and then they're on the break. It does seem to be more end to end now.
Oh my God! Look at Mbappe's pace. He's got the ball. Has he got the ball? No, he got the ball. In all fairness to him.
What?
But did you see that pace? Though? I know we've seen it before from Mbappe, but Darren, that just shows that if you're not up to it, he's going to beat you to it.
I mean, he would beat me anyway. But it does seem to be end to end, and France are happy to absorb some of the pressure because they've got the pace on the counter just like that. And Liverpool will be very happy when he doesn't sign for them.
If Luke is watching, do let us know if there's been any updates, because I haven't seen any. Unless you've got some sources that we haven't heard of yet. Like Yahoo or Google. Hummels. I've just been seeing already online a lot of Dortmund fans saying on Twitter that it was no surprise, but I don't know. It was a tough cross when we saw it in the first half. It was always going to be hit and miss, I think. But it's gone all the way back to Lloris again. It needs another goal, this game, doesn't it?
Yeah, I mean, I thought it was going to be 1-1, to be honest, but it's not panning out the way I thought it would be, and it's quite annoying.
I would like to see a Germany equaliser to make it interesting for the next 10 minutes, but
But who do you think is got the most threat for Germany up front? Who do you
Yeah.
think will?
I can't see anybody.
Nah.
I thought at least.
Oh, I've lost it again, haven't I?
Yeah.
I can't. I can't see it. I mean, Mbappe. The moment they're clearly counter-attacking, aren't they?
Absolutely. And why not?
Yeah.
And why not?
You know, get a 1-0 win. It's a good 3 points for them. That's all that matters. Here's Mbappe. Couldn't find Benzema. And it should be picked up by... I think that's... who's that? Kante? Oh, no, it's Pogba. I was going to say he's too tall to be Kante. Oh, he's lost it. And here come Germany now. But yeah, it is. Everything's there for them. Just that final third, as we keep stressing about it in this watch-along. Oh, and lost the ball there. That'll be a France throw-in. There's that replay. They're showing the slow-mo replay again of Mbappe. And...
he got the foot first. He
did get the foot
first. And he came in, you know, he took him out from behind.
Yeah. I think it could have been a penalty. Yeah.
Germany were very lucky then.
I'll leave it at that.
He had to make that. He had to make that tackle, though, didn't he? Because Mbappe was through on goal either way.
Yeah, but I suppose that's the danger with pace. As soon as they've turned the defender and away, there's very little that a defender can do.
Yeah. Pogba nearly falling over there like it was a comedy show. Oh, where's that going? Oh no, it's nowhere near. Way too far out. That'll be a throw-in for Germany.
Oh, Mbappe's got it. What?
Well, 10 minutes to go. France haven't made any substitutions.
Give it time.
Ollie Mark II.
Well, they've got. You look at that bench. It is ridiculous. They've got Dembele, Giroud, Coman, Koundé. It's ridiculous. I mean, even Kurt Zouma somehow made the team. Tolisso, Lemar. Yeah, that bench is pretty ridiculous.
If you were going to make a change, what would you do? Would you double down to try and hold on to a 1-0 win, or would you put on a more attacking-minded player to make it 2? It's difficult.
Yeah.
Attacking to make it 2. You never say you get second.
I honestly don't think France need to do anything. I think they're frustrating the Germans in a way. They're letting Germany have the possession, but it's whether or not Germany can do anything with it. And we saw with Mbappe with that chance just then, when he got taken down by Hummels, he clearly just trying to see if they can get a long ball through and get Mbappe or Benzema to finish it off. It's now with Hernandez, the left back. Oh, was that a foul? No. Oh, maybe it was. France free kick. Oh, there's a few French fans in the stands. They're probably a bit drunk. Can't blame them.
And I'd like to talk directly to those fans now. Le petit point. Le petit point.
What does that mean?
It means petit pois. Like the piece.
Oh, brilliant. That's brilliant French from...
You can sign up to Darren Hughes' French classes. Go on to pivotal.com.
No, not Dan Hughes. We've got to say his actual Zoom name.
What is his French name?
I was worried that no one would have noticed. Jamie, were you a fan of wrestling in the Attitude Era?
Yeah, was the Attitude Era what, late 90s, early 2000s?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, again, what was that? I mean, like, a cross is a cross, but who's it going to there? Oh, come on, Kimmich. Oh, good tackle by Griezmann. Throwing for Germany. But literally every French player is behind the ball at the moment in their own half. But yeah, the Attitude Era. What about that era?
Oh, I just chose a not that the watchers will know, but we do this via the magical medium of Zoom, and my Zoom name is an old wrestler from the Attitude Era.
I was going to say they can't see it. Oh, Grandmaster Sexay.
Yeah.
What a wrestler. I remember him. I remember
And Scotty Too Hotty.
My favourite was The Godfather.
The Godfather.
Yeah, he was a funny one. Or
until he joined.
Oh, is he offside? No, there's two
No,
against
he's
one.
That's
Benzema.
it, 2, yeah.
2-0. There you go.
I'm going to find Narnia. Is that okay? See
Well,
you later.
I tell you what, Benzema scoring back for France. That's a magical moment for him after being away from the French team for about 5 years or so. I didn't think many expected him to ever come back, but what a moment that is for him, Darren.
Olivier Giroud will absolutely love that goal. He's been right behind him, supporting him this whole way, and yeah.
Why do they not get on? I actually don't know the story of this.
I'm not sure. Well, I guess it's more the work that Giroud has done in his absence for the team, and then as soon as Benzema's back in the fold after not playing for 5-6 years, he takes his place. So I can understand that there's a little bit of bitterness, but he is the better player. So
yeah.
I think
Wait, there's a little bit of a
check.
VAR.
Oh, just as I check the score line. Wait.
Oh, he's offside. He's offside.
Oh, so it's 1-0. Oh, I've
It's
just
1-0.
changed the score line. Damn it. I'll have to change it back to 1-0.
This VAR.
Wait, but again, Johnny, we just saw it there. It was so quick. It worked. We just need to see that in the Premier League.
Yeah, and I think I've seen Gary Neville comment on Twitter. I think all of us have lost faith in VAR, but watching the Euros probably gets a little bit of faith back. I think like we've said earlier, it's the way that we run it in England. You know, we've almost killed it and over complicated things. Whereas there, you know, players aren't whinging, decisions made, get on with it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Whether it heightens it in England because we're the most watched league in the world, I don't know. But billions of people are watching the Euros, and you know we haven't seen nowhere near as much controversy already.
Well, here's Muller. It looks as though there might be a double change calls for handball. Is that a free kick? I think it is. Muller wins it for Germany there in terms of the challenge, but it was Rabiot with the handball. He tried
Wouldn't
to
it be
bring
interesting now if there's a goal?
Well, this is it.
Germany?
It gives them a chance, doesn't it, to rescue a point. Emre Can is finally going to come on, but first, it looks as though, I think is it Gossens? That's coming off. Sorry, Ginter is coming off for Emre Can. And I'd imagine we'll see the second substitution here.
Will we?
Oh, I don't know.
No.
Did we not see it? Oh,
No. Oh well.
oh
It's a
well.
mystery. Surprise.
Well, we've got Sane and I think that's Tony Kroos
I
behind
fancy
the ball.
Sane. I fancy Sane for this.
Sane, oh, well, that was a terrible. That sums him up right now. I'm sorry.
It was
It
better than
sums
the
him
other.
up.
It's better than the other one. It's better than the other one.
It was not.
At least the other one made it over the wall. At least this one made it over the wall.
Oh, they're just
That's how
showing the
far
offside
it
line.
was.
Yeah. Well, France are finally making a change. Oh, Benzema is coming off, so that goal, well, even though he didn't get the goal at the end, that was his last kick of the game. He's going to be replaced by Tolisso.
Gorsons did come off for Kevin Volland.
Oh, okay.
Kevin Volland is on.
Gossens went off, you say?
Yeah.
Thank you. Oh, if I can find it. Where are you? I've lost you all of a sudden. Where are you? Ah. Oh, no, again. Oh, corner. Not sure what the French are calling for there. But as Chaliso's come on, he's already made the
Yeah,
first touch.
corner. Jay, good kick. I don't know. Something.
Oh, Kroos will take it. Ah, again, France
And
deal with it.
And doesn't beat the first man.
I think that's always poor in football.
Absolutely.
I don't,
Luke Shaw seems to do that a lot for us.
yeah,
Though.
and yet Alex Tejes is perfect with corners. But that's it, really, from him.
Who?
You
Who?
know,
Alex who?
come on,
Oh.
you know.
But is this good for Germany? Not peaking too early.
Is losing points in the group of death good for
Anyone.
Germany? Although it could be a case of that one of these teams gets through as the highest loser, which, as Johnny said before, would be disheartening to see. Really, I'd like to see a Wales get through.
Well, we've got 10 seconds left of normal time, and then we'll have added time. Deschamps is nearly there. He will beat Rackhamlow yet again. He beat him in the Euros game in the semis that we saw at the last Euros. Rabiot is down at the moment. Thomas Muller doesn't believe a thing. He thinks he's doing anything to kill time. We're just waiting for the added time confirmation.
France are showing a bit that they can do the ugly side, I think, here at the moment. It backs to the wall a little bit in the last five minutes.
Yeah.
And yeah, that's a sign of a good side when you can play so expansively on the break, but soak it up. And I think it comes back to Kante. He hasn't done anything spectacular tonight, but if you look at his stats, he's probably been France's best player or up there, I'd argue, because they've just looked so solid. Germany have had a couple of half chances, nothing major. They've kept them quiet. France just how solid France are at the back is really impressed me tonight. We all knew what we go forward. So.
I think it's Varane for me, Johnny. He just seems to just be at the right place at the right time, and that's what a world-class centre-back will do for you.
And you can see that, the fact that Laporte's going to play for Spain, the fact that they can't get in the French team, how strong they are. I think on tonight's play, obviously it's not over yet. We can still see something, but yeah, I think they're again, nothing's changed anyone's mind. I don't think looking past France is the best side at the moment.
Yeah, I mean 6 minutes have been added. We're currently at 1 minute 40, so there's still a bit of there may be one or two chances left here for Germany if they could just push it forward, as it's still in their own half. But yeah, France clinical, you could say, when they needed to be, even though they only had one shot on target, but also defensively have been excellent against one of the, you could say, strongest teams in the tournament in terms of their name. Germany, known for always being a threat at major tournaments. Whether or not they win it, that's another story. But here they are again. It's with Kimmich. Now Muller have been playing a lot on the right hand side in the last 10-20 minutes. Now here's Sané, might have to shoot. Loses it there again. The French defence taking the ball away from them just when some magic might happen. Here's Kimmich again. He's got his back towards Rabiot. Oh, Muller, what's he trying to do? Against his teammate, his club teammate. He's trying to beat Hernandez to it there. Couldn't do it. Oh.
You're getting the French cap on and then Germany score.
Might celebrate too soon, Darren. Who knows? We've got a throw-in. Just about to reach 3 minutes of the 6 added. So they're halfway there now of added time for France. It's on the centre circle with Rudiger. Instead, Rudiger plays it across to his right of Emre Can. Can, long ball into the box. Couldn't find anyone. Is that gone for a goal kick? I think it has. I think Sané is saying to the ref that he thought it was last touch off one of the French players, but instead it's a goal kick. Showing the offside again. Oh, it was way offside.
Thanks for reminding us.
I've noticed as well, Johnny. Apparently they're gonna add thicker lines on
I
VAR
did see.
next season. Oh my god.
Or just use it properly. Would work,
Yeah.
would help.
Yeah. I just don't get it. I mean, just watch these games and they'll learn from it. Oh, Rabiot's coming off for Dembele for France. Looks as though that'll be the last substitution of the game, and Rabiot was on the ground for a few minutes ago, so maybe he might be carrying a knock or something, and they'll want to rest him up for the Hungary game on Saturday, which is afternoon kick-off. There's matches, of course. Group A starts again tomorrow, the second round of that. Here's Kimmich on the halfway line. I might have to hide my Germany Kimmich shirt in the background soon, since it won't look good when they lose. Minute and a half to go. Oh, that's a good ball. To Sané. Oh, of course he did. He pulls it up again. Leroy Sané in a nutshell.
He can't help it.
He's just not good enough. I've always said that about Sané, especially at Bayern Munich anyway. Hernandez with a long throw-in. Oh, and they've Kimmich. Oh dear, Kimmich.
Oh, Kimmich, he's just not good enough.
Well, Deschamps looks stressed as hell. He always does. Imagine if he ends his. Imagine if he also wins the Euros as a manager, along with the World Cup, like he did as a player for France. A World Cup, a Euro medal as a manager and as a player. That would be very special. It's Chan back to Neuer. 30 seconds remaining. Even Neuer should go up front in my eyes. He likes to play with his feet. Rudiger.
How's you know, Jamie?
He's great with his feet. He's absolutely spot on, Manuel Neuer. He can take a penalty, that's for sure.
Oh, right.
Good ball.
Oh,
Good ball,
oh.
Chan. Sané. He pokes it forward. Oh, what was that? No. Goal
That should have
kick.
been a shot. Is that a shot?
No, that was a cross.
Was it? Or was that just like
That
a
was
get out of
I thought
jail
Emery, in
free?
all
Yeah,
fairness,
it was a cross.
in
but
all
it was an
fairness-
actual shot.
in all fairness to Emre Can, he did well to get it into the box, but Rackham Low looking down on the ground thinking maybe it is a good time to leave the job. I think that might be it now. We've gone past the 6 minutes of added time. Oh, referee hasn't blown the whistle despite the Hugo Lloris goal kick. Neuer clears it. France have the ball in possession with Pogba. They get it. Oh, it's found Mbappe. Can he get there? No, Neuer gets there. He'll boot it out of the box. That might be
And
it.
that'll be that.
Oh, no. He hasn't blown it yet. That's a deep goal kick. That's a hell of a goal kick. Oh, it's gone out. That's got to be it, surely.
That's got to be that.
Thomas Muller telling you, Lloris, to take it quickly. I think it's over now, surely.
They think it's all over.
A lot of French fans jumping up and down there, ready to party the night away, it seems, in Munich.
And Germany are ready to invade again.
You said it, not me.
And on your very first watch along as well. Controversial.
He's done a few now, that's the problem, Dan.
Okay.
How's it still not full time? It's reaching 8 minutes now. It's in Germany's half though, so it should France have the possession. Oh, offside or something, I'm not sure. Oh, come on. It's over now, surely. Yeah, there you go. He's blown the whistle for full time, and we come to an end then, folks. And it's Darren's French that win the game. They come out on top. It was, well, as expected, it was a tight affair. The scoreline will tell you that. And it was an own goal that separated the two teams after 20 minutes with Mats Hummels, the German centre-back, converting it in. But it's France who come out on top, and the world champions showing why they are probably the favourites to win the whole tournament. And, of course, the group of death at the end of tonight will finish with France second. Of course, goal difference will go in favour of Portugal with their 3-0 win over Hungary. So it's 3 points each for them. Germany with 0 and Hungary with 0. But, Jonny, honestly, it was an okay game, but you just felt like we could have done with 1 or 2 more goals to just make it a bit more interesting between the two.
Yeah, it flattered to deceive at times. I think France did well to press and get that early goal, and then they sat off, and the game petered out for a little while, and then Germany come back strong at the end of the first half and start the second, but never really had that clinical cutting edge. And yeah, I think they've had the ball in the net there, haven't they? And twice, and if one of them's onside, then I think Germany might come out a little bit more. We might have seen a bit more of an interesting game, but yeah, I think France were comfortably the better side. And yeah, they'll be happy with it. It wasn't a sparkling performance. It wasn't a sparkling game, but it's 3 points and, the pressure's on them. So that'll be a big boost for them.
Adam, how did you feel about that? Because Germany, they did nearly everything right, but once they got to the box, we keep saying it's, they don't really have that centre forward to finish the job. But even so, it's just getting it in the box that just wasn't helping.
Yeah, it's just lacklustre. So whenever they get in and out of the box, it's very lacklustre. Going back to what Jonny said, and for me, I feel like they need to find something. If they don't find that winning, cutting edge, that goal drive home, they're not going to get any further in this competition.
Yeah.
For me, it was poor today. Very poor. The amount of chances France had and the amount of chances Germany had, it compares. If they want to compete and win the competition, they need to do better.
Darren, you must be absolutely privileged for your French friend. Oh, we can't hear you, Darren. Is your mic mute?
Allez, écoutez en cassette.
What he said.
You want to buy a cassette?
No, I think it says. I think it was go go go. Listen to the cassette. That's really as far as my my French lessons went. Écoutez en cassette.
Oh, you can tell my French wasn't very good in school.
Go back to school, Adam. That's all I can say. That's all I can say. We've got, of course, matches back tomorrow. It all starts tomorrow at 2:00 again. Finland hosts Russia, and then at 5:00 it's Turkey versus Wales, and it is Darren's team in our sweepstake is Wales. They're playing in Baku again.
Wales.
Do you think they can do it? Darren, do you think they can get at least that one win to help them try and get that third place?
Yeah, I think that's what we need to. I think that point wasn't a disaster. We just need to win the next one, and then see how people perform around.
Win the next couple.
Well, I can't see us doing that well against Italy, to be fair. But
and that game is in Rome.
Yeah,
that won't be easy. And of course, as we mentioned, it's Italy versus Switzerland tomorrow night at 8:00. Adam.
Switzerland.
Your team in the sweepstake.
But actually, I was quite shocked, to be honest, the way Switzerland played against Wales. I thought they're very good, very decent side, and hopefully they can pull a shock result against Italy. You never know. Football's football at the end of the day.
Jonny, your team Russia. Hopefully they could do better than last time because they played a Belgium team that they even gave one of the goals to the Kaku on Saturday night.
Yeah, they're not going to do any better. They'll be out first round. And then they'll be wasted. Enough said on that.
Jonny Drury really has looked at that 5 and thought, yeah, I ain't seen you come back. Oh, brilliant. Just before we go, we've had off pretty much first round of games, so we've seen all the teams perform. Jonny, who's impressed you the most so far? I know it's only the first round, but Who do you think has got you thinking, oh, maybe they can go far?
I think we said Italy at the top of the conversation. I think France tonight. I don't think France really got a third gear, to be honest.
Yeah.
And probably England, to be honest. I know the game wasn't great the other day, but England are a very young side against a very experienced Croatia side, and they managed the game. It wasn't a pretty game, but it could. I think a lot of people saw it ending a lot worse. It could have very easily on another day been a defeat and an uphill battle like we've seen so many times for England in tournaments. So I'd say them three probably.
Interesting. What are you thinking, Adam?
Yeah, I mean, I agree. I think England is certainly one of them. I also think that I know it sounds biased with me being Switzerland, but honestly, I watched them the other day. I think Switzerland do have quite a lot to give. And France as well, I think, have quite a bit. Although I think they need to be a bit more direct instead of. I mean, I know they're quite direct today, but just get to that byline, cut it back instead of faffing around in the middle a bit less, and they'll be in the final. But that'll come. They're just getting used to the ground where they are, and it'll come.
Darren, I have to kind of agree with Jonny and think that England, for me, I might have to go out and say they've impressed me the most, but because they surprised me a little as well.
I think England, that was a good start for them, and it gives them a starting point that they can build on. I think that England are a team that once they start to play with the amount of talent that they have, I think the further that they actually go, I think the better that they will play. But no one's really talking. I know it was 3 late goals, but I don't think that you can discount Portugal.
Yeah.
I think it's Portugal, France.
The only reason I'm discounting Portugal is because I wasn't impressed with Cristiano Ronaldo, and I thought unless he gets out of his second gear, he needs to do it. Because I really wasn't impressed with him. The first touches were going away from him. He needs to be much better on there. I know they will go, oh, well done for Cristiano Ronaldo for getting up there, getting onto those leagues.
I mean, if we remember the last Euros final, Cristiano Ronaldo wasn't on the pitch for most of it. He went off early. I just think that they might be a dark horse that no one is discussing. But yeah, I think England do hold, they do have a good chance. They just need to progress little by little, as the Oasis song goes.
Well, I think we're going to wrap it up there, folks. A big thanks to Darren and Adam, as always. But Jonny, really appreciate you joining us in your first watch-along debut. How have you found it?
Yeah, enjoyed it. Thanks for having me. It's been great.
Nice one. You weren't scared of Darren's French character, were you?
No.
Brilliant.
So was I.
Oh God! It just shows how good your acting really was if you were scared by yourself. Anyway, thanks to Jonny, Darren and Adam for their services tonight. Thanks to you lot at home for joining us and watching us on YouTube. If you haven't yet, do click that subscribe button and give this stream a like, because we always appreciate your support. If you're wondering when our next watch along is, it's actually tomorrow night at 8 between Italy and Switzerland. I believe Seb True's joining me for that one, so do join us for that, and we'll see you very well soon, folks. Have a good night.